Heyo, how can you tell somebody lives in the Pacific Northwest? Because it is June 19th and I'm wearing a vest, you know what I mean? So today I'm happy to bring the Centri Mp5 Tactical. Boom. I spoke with the owner who has about 20 plus years in tattooing experience. The owner makes them all, machines them, and then hand assembles them all here in the US. So that's huge props right there. They're not outsourcing much as far as I can tell or anything. They have Swiss motor, 9-volt battery to power it. It doesn't have a brushless motor. It has a magnetically driven motor system. Yeah, it moves back and forth, and it moves this little piece back and forth. If we turn it on, there we go. It's aluminum alloy circle. It is not adjustable. It's a 4mm stroke on there, so you're gonna have to get used to that. The battery is a 13 milliamp rechargeable 9-volt battery. I don't believe you can use a regular 9-volt in it. It might fit, but from what I saw on the website, it tells you to use one of these. And positive note, those are available on Amazon for, I think it was a 4-pack for just under 20 bucks actually. So 4 of those batteries for under 20 bucks. So that's a huge plus. Pretty easy to clean. And there's not a lot of parts to really mess with. Could be the move. Maybe that's what they're looking for. Now, as far as swapping out needles, this is a ballpoint pen cartridge. One thing I was concerned about was most machines that I have, they lock in and that's it, like dead center. This one can go either way, which some people might like, but I don't ever want to have the option of it popping out like that. There's not a lot of parts to really mess with. You can pull your battery out, but if you fully wrap the machine, not a whole lot to worry about as far as taking it apart. If you unscrew this guy enough, you can remove the tip and get in there and clean it if you really want to, and you can actually access the needle bar in there. I don't know if you can see that. So we're gonna take a deep dive and try it on my own leg against my old school coil machine, which I haven't ran in years, and see what that turns out like. So I'll be back at the end with a little wrap up and see if it's worth it. I broke the old ass icon out of storage, so we're gonna use this with my coil machines and test it against this Tech Mp5. There's the setup. All right, we're gonna be testing the Mickey Sharps against the Tactical. I haven't used these in a while, so we'll see how bad this goes. Super weird using a coil machine again, that's for sure. So pretty close to 7, so let's see. Actually, yeah, I mean, I could turn it up a little bit. Click it up to, I don't know if you can see that, about 7. So super nice to hold on to, that's for sure. I'd say it's pretty comparable to how it's packing in there, really. I mean, shit, man, I'm not amazing at tattooing myself either, so yeah, that's part of it, but I'm gonna share my positive experiences with the machine. So first off, when I reached out to the owner, I think it's Matt, they were super responsive and didn't act like an asshole when I was asking questions. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's a big part of having trouble with a tattoo machine or any equipment, is having to mess with some outsourced customer service. So that was pretty huge right there. Now, when they made this machine to replace the original Mp5, because this is the tactical, so the Mp5 was the original, instead of forcing people into buying a whole new machine, which we've seen other companies do, not like forcing, but you know, kind of driving you in that direction, the owner actually made a 9-volt wireless adapter that clips in the back of it. I'll throw a picture of that up there. So you could clip that onto the back of your Mp5 and not have to buy a whole new machine, because this guy is like 750 bucks. So it's not your Amazon cheap shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, and the last couple positives on there was, does have the power button on the bottom, which at first I thought was kind of weird, but when you're using the machine, I mean, it's kind of like right there. So it's a lot easier to use than I thought. Super lightweight, easy to clean. And then lastly, the real give that's on there. This does have some serious give. When I use it on some practice skin, I mean, I could press down way further than I feel like I should be, and it didn't stop the needle from working. It adjusted, so those little magnets are kind of creating like a, unless I'm totally wrong, but like a little air cushion. That's where it's kind of getting that give. I'm guessing I don't have any proprietary information, of course, but that's my general thoughts on how it's achieving that give. You know, like you try to push two magnets together, they kind of have that little squish moment. I'm sure there's a scientific term for it. I'm not going to look it up, but so that was pretty cool. It did work quite a bit like my Mickey Sharps, one of my original coil machines from when I first started. This thing's been sitting for a long time, like several years, and it was still tuned, which was kind of cool. So it is pretty close to more of a coil experience, which takes some adjustment. So like with any tattoo machine, or most, I'm not some crazy expert that can pick up any tattoo machine and just go hog wild with it. It is gonna take a little learning curve as far as probably shading, but as far as line work, it laid down lines like no problem. I did have to be careful, just like with my Mickey Sharps, but I would say that it's definitely as close as I've seen to a coil machine, and super lightweight too. I think my Mickey Sharps weighs 217. So 217 grams versus 153. So I mean, at a long day session, that's gonna matter, right? It does say it comes with a 9-volt battery, RCA adapter on the back of it. I didn't have a chance to use that during my video, but kind of cool. You can switch it up for the battery or hook it up to your regular RCA power supply. The 4-pack of batteries is actually $17.90 on Amazon right now, so that's a huge win. So any potential drawbacks, I mean, it is a $750 machine, which doesn't seem like a lot. My Mickey Sharps machines were like around $354 when I got those, maybe more, but it's gonna seem like a hard press when you find all this crap on Amazon for 200 bucks, these full tattoo kits. My general impression is if it comes with a bunch of extra free crap, then they're probably pushing it for a reason, you know what I mean? So 750 bucks seems like about fair price for this machine. It's solid built. So the voltage adjustments on the back, the little wheel on the back, this little guy. So the voltage adjustment dial is cool, but when you move it, it kind of floats. So if you're really into getting that exact voltage that you're looking for, it's gonna be a little bit harder. So it's pretty stable right now, but like 703, 79, not 696. So it's kind of floating back and forth. I'm not even touching it. It was hard to adjust my needle hang with this when it's wrapped. So I'd like to see if maybe that was improved somehow, or you're just gonna have to set your needle hang and just deal with it, which, all right, so I guess that kind of wraps up my general impression of the machine. I think I covered everything as far as that goes. It's not your typical brushless motor, direct drive tattoo machine at all. It definitely is more like a conventional coil tattoo machine. So if you're looking for something a little different with that give, and you had the 750 bucks to swing at it, not bad. And if you have any problems, the owner, like I said, is super responsive, so you can reach out to them, made in the USA. So it seems like it's at least worth a shot if you're trying to get away from the coil machines, but you don't want to go into the, you know, dildo looking tattoo pin machines that a lot of us are using nowadays. So again, any comments, questions, I encourage you to leave them below. Hate, whatever. If you have this machine, reach out to me. Let me know how you like it, what your thoughts were. As always, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate any time that you spend watching this content that I make.